Today's class, we are going to discuss the accrual basis of property income. Accrual means you will not focus on the cash received. You will focus same thing like how many months fall in the tax year. So this is same like accounting, but when we should do this, either every time we should do this or no. So the answer is by default, we learned in our last class that by default, the basis is cash basis. Money received during the tax year, we will take it complete money. We will take it as a whole. We will not going to prorate it. This is cash basis. But if examiner states that use accrual basis of accounting, if examiner states that use accrual base of accounting, then only we have to use accrual. In TIX paper or ATX paper, we are not supposed to use accrual basis until and unless the examiner states that. Got my point? Practically, in practical, if you are a UK resident and you are calculating a tax, so what you should do, so for the sake of theory, if your rental income is above 150,000, you can use accrual basis, otherwise you have to use cash basis. But for the exam purpose, if examiner want to test accrual, he will specify, please calculate using accrual. Otherwise, you will follow the cash basis, which we learned in our last class. Now the next question in front of you, please read out.
Aubrey owns a property that was let for the first time on 1st July 2021. The rent was £5,000 per annum, is paid quarterly in advance. Aubrey paid allowedly expenses of £200 in December 2021 related to redecoration following a burst pipe in November 2021 and £400 in May 2022 related to the repair work which was completed in March 2021. Calculate Aubrey's property income, assuming he has elected to use the accrual basis for the tax year 2021 to 2022.
Okay. Did they mention accrual basis?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so how to do accrual basis? So annual rent. Here we will not write receive. Here we will write accrued, and we will do a small working. This is my tax year. It starts from 6th April 21 and going to end on 5th April. Sorry, I wrote wrong date. 1 second. 6th April 21 and going to end on 1st April 22. So, which date he rented out? How many months?
1st July.
How many months in the tax year? How many months?
9 months.
9 months. Okay. Now 9 months out of 12. What is the annual rent? Per annum means annual, right? So what is the answer?
3,750.
This is the accrual basis. That if examiner states that use accrual basis of accounting, then only we have to use this month's format. We have to consider the months. If this is a cash basis, we will take total of 5,000 as this 5,000 received during the tax year. We are not going to prorate it. But in accrual, we have to prorate it. Now, less allowed expenses. How many expenses do we have?
Only one.
The name is?
Allowable expenses of £200.
Okay. In December.
Yes, in
Deduct
December.
or no?
Yes.
What about the next one?
£400. No.
This expense was paid in May 21, but the expense relates to March 21. Which basis we are using?
Raising accrual fee.
Accrual basis. So what do you think? I should take this 400 or I should leave this 400 as an allowed expense? Yes, please.
I think we should take it because it
Must
occurred, it was
yes,
completed in
because
March 2020.
yes, we should take it because this is accrual, and accrual means linked. Accrual means if it is during the tax year, if it belongs to the tax year, we should take it. The same question we did while we were doing the cash basis, and I told you today, please revise the property income. Hopefully you did it. Same question, Aubrey, we did earlier. It was our question number 1, I guess. Yes, in this handout, it was my question number 1. Cash basis we did. The answer is totally different. The answer is totally changed. So you must remember the differences if the different base is being used during the exam. Any questions, please?
No questions.
You want to copy
Can I
it?
copy this now?
Sure, please. Now, after taking care of this all questions, we knows that property income less allowed expenses, we should have a income or loss. If the answer is positive, is property income, and property income will fall under the heading of non-saving in main format, and it will be taxed at a rate of 20, 40 or 45%, which are the tax rates for non-savings as per the banding system. But if there is a loss, if there is a loss in property, what should we do? So before moving forward, just one small thing. If you have number of properties, let's say property 1, property 2 and property 3, three properties you do have, what should you do? How you will solve it? So for each property, better to make a separate format, calculate separate property incomes, property 1, property 2, property 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. So you have question number 5. You can see Mr. A owns the following properties. Property 1, 2 and 3. Means he calculated these 3 incomes or losses by using the formats which we learned already. After completing the formats, we should make the summary. This summary should be like that. Please look. Property 1, we have income. 2000. Property 2, we do have income. 2000. Total income during the year from the property business is 4000. Property 3, we have loss. How much? How much?
4,000 loss.
So what should we left with? This amount, if you have more than one property, this is the amount which should go to non-savings, and after non-saving base personal allowance, and then after personal allowance banding system, this is the amount. This is the amount. If you have one property, okay, fine. The answer for one property income will go to the main format under non-savings. But if you have more than one property, you will make this summary. You will net off. Net off means incomes minus current year losses, and you have an answer. So that's all for the question number 5. Any confusion? Now the next question, question number 6. I made a small change. Can you check this out, please?
Loss is more than the income.
Yes, loss is more than the income. So what should I do? This will be like that. So overall, I will get a loss, which is property loss. What should we do with the loss? Is it goes to non-saving? No. If you have excessive loss means excess loss over income. This rule is this loss will be carried forward to next tax year. This loss will be carried forward to next tax year means under non-saving there will be no property income because we have excessive loss, and excessive loss is going to be adjusted with next year property income. How to do that? We will going to see this in question number 7. Any confusion, please? Question you can see, question number 7. What change I made?
There's a loss from previous year.
2000. Current year loss is only 3000. So after deducting the loss, I have positive 1000, but we have a loss from previous year. This is 21-22. So the previous year is, we will write brought forward loss because it's carry forward from previous year means it's a brought forward for this year 1000, and it will be adjusted. Again, the property income is 0 means no property income under the head of non-savings. Any questions, please? Now, the next question. The next question, please read out the question. See what the difference is.
Mr. D owns the following properties: property 1, 2000, property 2, income 2000, property 3, loss 3000, carry forward loss from 2020 to 2021, 2000, calculate property income assessment for 2021 to 2022.
So this question is still here. See, we have 1000 positive means income, but the problem is there is a brought forward loss from the previous year. How much? So this is giving me negative 1000. So again, this is property
Carry forward to next year.
loss, and it will be carried forward to next tax year. Any questions, please?
No questions.
Now, we are going to learn another topic, which is renting a room. Till now, whatever we did is renting a property. You had a property and you were letting out a property. But what if you only rent out a room, only one room, which must be a furnished room. Furnished room means must be a room with furniture, must be a room with finishings. So if a question states you are renting a room, not a property, what should we do? We are going to learn it from the question. You have an example question of Hassan Raza. You can see.
Yes.
Please read out.
Mr. Hassan Raza rent a furnished room in his main residence at monthly rent of 700, allowed expenses of 1000 pounds. Calculate the property income assessment for 2021 to 2022.
What normally we should do? Annual rent receipt, because normally is cash basis. Monthly rent 700 means how much yearly rent?
8,400.
Okay. Allowed expenses are how much?
1,000.
So this is the answer, right or wrong?
Yes.
Now the second one is claiming rent a room relief. How to claim a relief? This is the format. This is the normal format we know. Rent a room relief means you will take annual rent received same like that, same like the first one. But instead of, again I am repeating, instead of claiming an expense, you will claim a relief. Yani relief means exemption. Exemption means there is a fixed relief of 7,500 by government. Government is saying if you are renting a room, you can claim a exemption instead of claiming your actual expenses, which should be any amount. In this question, it's 1,000. It can be 2, 3, 5, 8, whatever. Instead of claiming a room allowed expense, you can claim a fixed exemption, which is 7,500. Means either you can claim an expense or an exemption. If you are claiming an exemption, what answer you will get? Hello?
900.
900. Now tell me your point of view. If the decision is yours, which amount you should take as your property income, A or B? Which amount you
Side.
should add to your known savings and pay tax on it? Yes?
The second one.
Means you want to say this, right or wrong?
Yes.
So this is the correct thing. Yani we will not take 7400, we will take the lower of in non savings, and we are going to pay tax on only on the income, property income of 900, not on 7,400. This is called renting a room relief, and there is a date, very important date, you must remember it. For the tax year 21-22, you have to inform the government that you are claiming a room relief by 31st January 2024. Means you need to inform government that, hey government, I am claiming room relief. This last date to claim the room relief for the tax year 21-22 is mentioned 31st Jan 2024. This is renting a room relief and working and date. Any questions, please? Yes, premium. What is premium? Premium, you can say like a security deposit. Premium is taxable. Means we learned a format earlier in our last class as well. Annual rent receipt, then add accessible premium. Accessible means taxable, less allowed expenses. We know that property income. This we know learned. This we learned. Now the time to finish accessible premium. How to calculate accessible premium is formula. The formula is 51 minus duration of lease divided by 50 into premium received into the amount you received as a premium. This formula will give you answer which is known as taxable premium, or you can say accessible premium. Got my point?
So
Now,
what is that in 51 minus days divided by 50 into
51 minus duration of lease divided by 50. This 51 and 50 from formula. D for duration of lease, this will be mentioned in the question, and then premium received. After doing one question, it will be very clear to you. Just wait. Just please read question number 10. What's mentioned over here?
Mr. Arslan let out his check to Mr. James on 30th June 2021. Annual rent is 12,000. Premium received 40,000. Duration of lease is 20 years.
Tell me,
Calculate
is it
property
cash
income.
basis or accrual basis?
Cash basis.
Okay, annual rent receipt. Is it in tax year? Yes. So we will take full amount. Now there is a premium, so accessible premium. The formula is 51, right? 51
Yes.
minus duration. How much is the duration of lease? How many years?
For 20 years.
And what is the amount?
For 8,000.
So what you are getting?
24,800.
There are no allowed expenses. How much? 20?
24,800.
Allowed expenses means, and there are no other properties, no losses, nothing. So this is the property income and it will go under the heading of non-saving in our computation of tax format. What is the answer?
12,800.
How much? Sorry?
12,800. 12,000.
No, check again. 12,000 plus 24,800. I think it's 36,800.
Yes, 36,800.
Any questions, please? Mr. I need you to do this question number 11 by your own, please. Uh, we have annual rent received in question number 11, 25, right? Assessable
Yes.
premium 51 minus 15 years divided by 50,
Yes.
50,000. How much?
36,000.
36,000. So the answer is
So,
this is my property income. You got correct answer. Any questions?
no questions. Is there an accrual basis for this?
Sorry, there is no basis for premium. Premium has no basis. Premium will be calculated as we learned with the answer of formula only, with accrual or with cash. Accessible premium is the answer of formula only. You are not going to prorate it anymore. Either it's a accrual basis or it's a cash basis. Accessible premium answer is the answer of formula. No need to do any other calculation after that. Any questions? Hello.
No questions.
Okay. Now, some theory. We have some properties like holiday accommodations. If you go for a picnic, you are acquiring some property, right or wrong?
Yes. Yes.
If you are acquiring a property at holiday, it will be called furnished holiday letting. It will be called furnished holiday letting. But in the tax, if you want to claim a property as a FHL means furnished holiday letting, it must satisfy these all conditions, not only one, all of them. Now the condition I will read one by one. The first condition is the property must be furnished. Furnished means with furniture and must be in Europe. Europe, UK, this is same thing. Must be in European Economic Area. UK is the, you can say UK or Europe. Must be furnished. Then the property must be commercially let out. Commercially let out means you are not allowed to let it out for one person more than 31 days, because this is an accommodation place. So how could you rent out a leisure place, a holiday place for more than a year? Next one is this property must be available for letting, means no repair and maintenance work is going on or something like that, for at least 210 days in a tax year. Means it should be available for commercial letting to the general public as a holiday letting for not less than 210 days a year. Next one is, out of this 210 days, 105 days must be total letting. And we know that one tenant should not occupy it more than 31 days. Means in 105 days, at least you have one, if one person is staying 30 days, it must be more than one person. So these are the conditions to satisfy in order to claim a holiday as a furnished holiday letting. Any questions?
No questions.
If accommodation is furnished holiday letting, what will be the tax impact? So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 impacts are there. And these all 6 impacts will be part of our future course. This all impacts are part of our future chapters. So once we are going to do that chapters, we are going to discuss them. Only one difference we will discuss right now. Just see. Property. We have, let's say, property income, or negative means loss. Property income is going to non-saving and it's adjusted, right, with other properties. We learned that, right or wrong?
Right.
If it is FHL and property, let's say income or loss. If it is income, it will go to the non-saving same, no difference. Same, no difference. This and this same, no difference. But if it is a loss, it's a trading loss. Means you are not allowed to adjust. You will write here, you are not allowed to adjust it with other property incomes. The loss of FHL is known as trading loss, and trading loss not allowed to adjust against other properties. This is the only difference which we must consider till now. The remaining 6 differences will be part of our future course. Normal property losses will be adjusted against other property incomes. But for FHL loss, it will be adjusted against net profit. Trading income means net profit, and it will not be adjusted against other property incomes. Any questions, please? Now, our property income topic is done. In our next class, we are going to do some past papers, which you can say from the revision kit. We are going to use Kaplan revision kit in our class, and for your personal practice, you must use BPP as well, because in tax there are lots and lots of rules which you have to memorize. Otherwise, you are going to forget. So we can say today we completed our property income. All the topics are done. Now in our next class, we are going to discuss the revision kit past papers. And after that, we are going to start a new chapter, which is called employment income. This is chapter number 4 of your study text. If you want to go through from the book, from the study text, you can. Okay. See you in next class. Any questions you can
The
ask.
question